So I'll start with a little bit of my backstory and then the 3 fasts, and then you can make your own decision at the end. Hey guys, this is Hope Said It, back with another Hope Said It Uncut video for you. Today we're talking about fasting. I did 3 different types of fasting in my lifetime, so I'm just going to go with the hardest to the easiest. What are the benefits? I don't want you to just start fasting for fasting's sake. Why should you be fasting if you decide to do it that way? So I'll start with a little bit of my backstory and then the 3 fasts, and then you can make your own decision at the end. So why do I fast? I always knew about fasting in the spiritual, like, oh, pray and fast, and it unleashes different things in the spiritual realm that just not fasting will, but that's a whole different conversation. But health-wise, I never even thought that fasting was like a health thing. I always connected it to the spiritual. And then you know how YouTube does, it takes you down a rabbit hole. So I was watching and came across a couple doctors who were talking about the benefits of fasting that made everything about dieting and everything makes sense. The things I didn't get, like, why do we do this when we diet? They like reversed it and it made sense. For example, when they say like your metabolism, it's a fire, so you got to keep on feeding it and don't go into starvation mode. Every 2 to 3 hours, you just keep on feeding and feeding because that's how it burns. Well, one of the doctors, he was talking about how, no, actually your body's like a refrigerator. Think if you're like trying to stuff your refrigerator with food and your refrigerator is full and you're just like stuffing it with food. And that's kind of the same illustration with our body. Instead of giving your body time to adjust and digest, you're just filling it with more food. So it really doesn't have time to digest. And then they connected it to, in the way hunter and gathering stages, to where sometimes you would go without food. Sometimes you would, let's say you kill some huge beast and you feed off of that. You don't know when your next meal is coming. So your body is naturally one to feast and fast and feast and fast. Obviously with technology, we get our food faster, it's easier and everything like that, but our bodies are still pretty primitive into where we're feasting and fasting. It's not used to always being fed and fed because technically that's not how it was supposed to be. It might not make sense to you, but that made sense to me. And I said, you know what? I need to kind of reset my body. So I'll talk about the 3 fasts that I've done that have helped me out. I've always been one of those, like, I need 10 to 15 more pounds off, And so I believe fasting has helped me kind of how to get there, maintain there, make sense of it. And I think my body just does well with lower carb and then some type of fast to kind of reset my body. The fast that I do a Daniel fast, usually in January. I just stick with fruits and veggies and maybe some nuts or something like that to reset my system because I probably ate like trash in November and December. And then I have new this year is a water fast. I did a 3-day water fast. That's no joke. And I'll talk about that later, but I also do daily intermittent fasting. That has been a game changer, at least for me, and just resetting my body and allowing my body to actually feel. Like, I used to be the one to late night snack and eat 24/7. No, now my body is actually like, no, I can feel hunger now. I can know when it's like, I'm full. And I didn't have those sensories before, I think, because I'll just keep on, flooding my body with food and snacking at any hour of the day. So I'll go through each of them. The Daniel fast is pretty simple. It's almost like just a clean way of eating. You're just doing fruits, veggies, and nuts, and no oil. You can look it up. But for me, to keep it easy so I don't have to think about it, fruits, veggies. I think you can do lentils. I don't eat beans, so that didn't work for me. And then, some kind of nut. And that's how it is. You just eat that. And I've eaten that for like a month straight. It will change you. Just like, obviously it's going to change you. You're going to be more lean. Your palate will notice artificial things more is what I have discovered. Like if you do a Daniel fast, if you're only eating off the lay of the land with fruits and veggies and nuts, you will notice, oh, this has too much salt. This has too much sugar, so you're almost readjusting your palate in a way. And you're just letting your body flush out and just be healthy. Because there are so many things that we eat that we even think are healthy. It has toxins in it. It has these different chemicals in it, unless you're growing it yourself or buying everything organic. There are just things you just need to flush out of your system every once in a while. I'm not saying take this on as a lifestyle, but I think it doesn't do harm to every once in a while just give your body a break and let it flush out, let it detox. I know people say, oh, your body naturally detoxes. Well, I can help it out as well. So there's that. Now, Daniel fast, pretty straightforward. I also incorporated a 3-day water fast because I read of its benefits. Now, some of the benefits of a 3-day water fast, and particularly the one that piqued my interest, is that the detoxification and the cell renewal of it. So one of the words I learned and was just attracted to is autophagy, and I might be messing that up, but it's when your cell renews and basically self-rids itself of the damaged cells that are in your system, and that happens with the 3-day water fast, probably at the 72 mark. Some doctors have suggested like a 5-day water fast, 7-day water fast, because it's at that 72-hour mark that autophagy starts happening. You're basically giving your body time to just adjust itself. It's not doing the work of digestion. Now it's just maintenance and self-cleaning. Another benefit of a 3-day water fast is weight loss, but not really. Like, if you're just doing it to weight loss, don't. I didn't do it because I was like, I need to shed more weight, because you're gonna gain it right back, right? It's less water weight. It's not a healthy way to lose weight. I did it for the health benefits. So don't do it because you want to lose weight necessarily. Do it if you want to revigorate your body, rejuvenate, jumpstart your, body into a weight loss, system that you have. But don't just do it because you're like, well, in 5 days I need to lose 5 pounds. That's not healthy. Another benefit of a 3-day water fast is enhanced clarity and focus. You will be a little lethargic, at least I was in the beginning, but then maybe by like day 2.5 or something, you'll just kick into another gear and you'll be like, oh, I can do everything. Do I even need to eat again? So that helps you out. But you have to be careful because you need to stay hydrated during a 3-day water fast. It's a water fast, so still drink your water. You make sure you're still getting your electrolytes. So sometimes you have to lick some pink Himalayan salt or something just to make sure you're still getting those minerals into your body. Some people have done, a water fast with still tea and coffee with nothing else. I strictly do it with just water. Make sure that you're not passing out or anything. Like I said, before you do anything, make sure you consult a health professional to see if you're even in shape and in the condition to do it, because it can be a shock to your body. For most people, it's a shock like in a good way, but some people, you need a couple things and you have underlying health issues and you do not want to do a fast without letting your doctor know first. And lastly, and this is not just, all of the benefits, I'm just giving you the major ones, but it helps restore your gut health. It helps rebalance your gut health. So really, it's just a restorative process, and that's what I learned about. I've always done fasting, which is limiting like a food group, but just eliminating all the foods for 3 days, that was something different. But it really did help. I did it at the end of January after my Daniel fast, and that probably wasn't the smartest thing, okay? Because when I did the water fast after that, obviously my body was already kind of deprived, and then I ended the Daniel fast, did a 3-day water fast, and then started eating again. I nearly passed out. I had no energy. It was bad. But this time around, I just finished doing one, I think last week or something like that. After I'm eating clean-ish and just my regular food. That was easy. I wasn't weak. I wasn't anything like that. But like day to day, you'll feel it. The first day of the 3-day water fast, I think that's probably when you're the hungriest. You'll be like, let me reach for food. Ooh, no, can't eat, So that's when you just have to keep yourself busy. And then day 2 of the water fast, that's when your body's like, wow, so we're really not eating. So yes, there are hunger pains there, but about halfway through the day, I think, like once you get over that hump, it's all mindset, right? So once you get over that hump, it's pretty good and it's pretty easy, and you'll find that, wow, I'm getting more work done and I'm more focused on XYZ, because sometimes our day is circled around food. At least I know mine is. I'm like, what's for breakfast? What's for lunch? What's for dinner? What am I eating now? What am I eating now? When you eliminate all of that, you're just, working on stuff that you need to work on. And then day 3, it was like day 2 for me. As long as you keep yourself busy. I just learned from my first time. My first time was a little rough. For day 1 was decent. Day 2 and 3 were very rough. Like I was weak, y'all. I was literally in bed, and then I had to like nurse myself back to health. because I didn't do it the right way. I did not consult a professional. I just didn't do it the right way, and I was already weak, and then I was like, let me be more extreme. That wasn't the smart thing to do. But the second time around, that's how it's supposed to be, to where, you know, you just don't eat, but you're getting the benefits. You're gonna get hunger pains every now and then, but it's not anything detrimental. It's not gonna make you lay out and be out for the count for days. I'm gonna do it probably 3 or 4 times a year. Just to rejuvenate, because it really just does, it just balances yourself. For me specifically, it reduces my sugar cravings. Like, guys, I know me, and I have an addictive personality. Like, if I do something, I'm gonna do it 100. So if I'm gonna eat something crazy, I'm gonna do it 100. I don't just eat one. I literally had to stop buying Pringles because, especially the salt and vinegar ones, because I would eat it and I turn around and the whole can is gone because I kept on going back for more. I just know myself and I have to regulate myself. Same thing with sugars. You know, I'll eat candy and then it's this candy and that candy. I'll eat desserts and then it's this and that. Like, I have to regulate all of that. And so the fast also helped me recalibrate my I guess my taste, my desires. And now I'm kind of more like, okay, sugar is too sweet now, and you know, everything like that. But you know, sometimes I can get off the wagon and then I need to do another 3-day water fast. So it just helps me regulate myself, and it has helped me regulate my weight, because with every kid, like you guys know, I have gained 50 pounds. I have a 9, 6, and 4-year-old now. And with every one of those pregnancies, I gained 50 pounds, got back down to maybe 10 to 15 pounds of where I wanted to be. So this has really helped me get rid of the extra baby weight that I had. I'm not where I want to be, no, but it has let me be on the right path. And now I just need to do different exercises and things like that to get me the rest of the way there. But yeah, it really has helped me. It really has helped discipline me, because that's what I need when it comes to diet. And it just felt good. It feels good to just flush and renew and make sure you don't have all that bad toxins and bacteria and everything inside of you. Okay, so we talked about the other fast, but how I maintain everything is with an intermittent fasting. Now, it's the same principle of like giving your body a rest, or giving your body time to digest the food and not always being in a digestive working state. So I fast, or my feeding window, that sounds like a dog. My feeding window is about 11 to 7 every day. So I don't eat before 11 a.m. and I don't eat after 7 p.m. And that just works for me, because I can just get my meals in. I never really was a breakfast person. I don't like eggs or anything like that. So I don't like a lot of breakfast foods. So starting at 11 with like a fenugreek tea, and then, you know, eating my lunch, having nice salads and fish and protein and everything like that throughout the day, having my different snacks, and then having dinner, and then letting my body rest, you know, making sure that I'm not eating too close to bedtime, and giving myself 3 to 4 hours before bedtime, so that my body, when I'm sleeping, is not digesting, it's just sleeping and regenerating itself. So that's what helps for me. Intermittent fasting, I know it's not for everybody, guys. Everything is not for everybody. There are people who are like, oh, I can't do keto. I actually do decent with keto. Low carb definitely helps me out. Some people are like, oh, paleo, whole grain. Find what works for you, because a lot of things out there didn't work for me. You know, eating all the time didn't work for me. Just know what your body likes. It's the same thing with hair, right? Know what works for you, because a lot of people will say, do this to your hair, put this product in your hair. It didn't work for me. There you go. So find out what works for you, and being able to recalibrate, being able to kind of deprive your body for a little bit will help you realize, okay, here's what works. Some people have gone on a fast and found out, oh my goodness, I'm lactose intolerant. I had no clue. Find that out, because that helps you and that molds your diet and nutrition. You should not be feeling sick and lethargic every time you have a meal. That's a problem. So let's try to isolate and, you know, find that out. Listen, I'm not a dietitian or anything. I'm just telling you what works for me. Guys, I hope I helped you out today if you were just wanting to learn more about fast. I'll link some of the videos that have helped me out to learn more about fasting from doctors, not just from people, from 2 different doctors who really are ahead of the game in this subject. I'm not trying to convince you to fast. I'm just letting you know what worked for me, and you take the meat and get rid of the bones. That's just what it is. All right, this is Hope Said It, marriage, motherhood, hair, and life. Check out my other videos as well about all kinds of adulting craziness. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Was I even in focus? And I have a live studio audience.